It is meta time, my friends, here for Kingdom Arena. Super excited about this as we get into June here and our new season of Dawning World Season 3. Thank you for tuning in. As always, if you enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. On top of that, if you got a question, if you got a comment, certainly let us know. And feel free to join us in our amazing community and Discord server, my friends, because this is always a hot topic of interest, along with all the team comps and those things. In today's episode, we will break down what is going on in the meta. We do have plenty of teams for you that we've shown already with some of the comps. I'll do a quick run by, but you can get all that other information available to you down below in the details, along with those timestamps, like I said, where we'll talk about some of the stuff that's happened, what's going on, and then go for some runs with our team, as we always do, and pull it all back together. So let's get into it here, because you are here to learn or understand a little bit more about what's happening in Kingdom Arena here, Dawning World Season 3 and our June meta. So a couple things. First and foremost, we've had some new impacts recently, being the ones with Caramel Arrow Cookies, Magic Candy, buffs in the dark side. So does that change anything? We'll find out. And then additionally, as well, we have Mystic Flower and High-Take Cookie. So couple things before we get into it. The biggest encouragement I can give you, particularly in this meta, before we start to look at it, is making sure that you have kind of an assortment of teams. Typically, that's not always the case. That is something that is a little bit more unique about this meta. We'll talk about that here as we look at some of the teams. However, first and foremost, at a high level, some of the ways that mine are broken down, and we'll continue to do team comps, which is a great reason to stay in touch here with the community and involved with this channel. Couple things here. First and foremost, we've got this blueberry pie concept going. This is one that we covered, one that continues to remain as well. Why do we talk about some of these different pieces? Because you really need to start to think about what your opponents are playing and countering here. I get a lot of questions on those things. It's really dependent. Now, I say that it's good to know at a high level, does this defense team, the triple turtle, quadruple turtle team, work better against this one or that one? Yes, but a lot of times it is going to involve what is your setup. And for me as a free-to-play player, it can get a little bit tricky. So the best thing that I can do and offer is making sure that you have a number of teams in order to kind of navigate what you're running into, where you're at. And personally, for me, we've had a lot of success, at least out of the gate. I'll talk about that here in a little bit before we break down the meta. The other ones that you can see, this was one that I put together that I liked for fun, is really around the Mystic Flower High-Take Cookie combination. It's worked well for me in the past, so just like to share that one. And then additionally, one that's pretty popular here is the Triple Turtle with White Lily. And then additionally here, the more for defensive play with Mystic Flower as well. So very, very going on from kind of the strong turtle to, moving over to more attack. And then additionally, a kind of specialized electric team for you there. So all those things are important to keep in mind, because as we break down this particular meta, here's a couple things to keep in mind. Like I said, slightly diverse, and in diversity there is things that you have to keep in mind. Move your teams around as you're trying to climb. You can check out my membership video here as we went from gold 1, I believe it was, all the way up to the lovely master here. A couple things around that. It's gotten very difficult even for me as a free-to-play player to kind of navigate. So stay tuned, because I plan to do a little bit more in some of that PvP stuff so that you can see it here on the channel, how I operate as that free-to-play player. A lot of it is around navigation of your teams and making sure that if you are going to zoom, you do have a ton of tickets. I definitely spent somewhere between 150, 200, and you can see that in that episode. So a couple things here. Again, I'm lining up with my more attack team. My golden cheese still needs some work, and let's see what's going on here. So first and foremost, the biggest thing is Mystic Flower is a huge piece of that meta. Now, a couple things that is going to matter is how are you thinking about building out, is it 3 defensive cookies, ask cookies, and an attacker? Is it the 2-and-2 strategy with Mystic Flower? Or are you running, just like this one here, a little bit more on the attack side with the lovely blackberry pie there, or blueberry pie? So keep that in mind. And then again, as we continue to scroll through, you see that that tank strategy is a big piece. We also start to see a little bit more of Hollyberry back in here as well. And then additionally, here is the double whammy tank plus, again, your 2 attackers. And as we keep going, we continue to see that a little bit different here, though, instead of Hollyberry. Now, a good combination, obviously, in making sure is, in this case, having Elder Fairy could be due to where that player is. Having that additional bonus combo between White Lily and Elder Fairy can make a huge difference. So just kind of calling that out in terms of a tip and a trick, similar here. There we see it. And then you continue to see it in some of these other teams as well. Now, other things do get in here that we're starting to see. Stardust Cookie, again, huge damage. So something you can keep in mind as well in terms of how you're operating and what you're going against. Here again is the triple tank Blueberry Pie, this one as a standalone with the triple tank. And then as we continue further, again, similar to what we did, there's the burnt cheese combination with golden cheese. Depends again on what your setup is going to be, but this gives you that amplification on some of that damage as well. Blueberry Pie, I love saying blackberry. Blueberry Pie here with Cloud High Tay, nice to see. And then additionally here's a fun one. This is what is a scam comp right now in terms of what's happening. Definitely catches players off, so you can keep that in mind when you see that. Here is a non-Mystic Flower team. There are a few of these in here as well to keep in mind that you're going to run against and run into. Here again, there's that focus. Now we're past the top 50 into a lot more iterations of these teams, as you can see, which is always nice to look at. And again, taking a peek at this never hurts in terms of understanding how things are evolving, how things are changing. One of the reasons I love this right there, one of the reasons why we do this, and particularly this meta piece, is that you can see some of the renditions of these teams, how to think about them, how to align against it, and how to improve or even enjoy, obviously, your Kingdom Arena experience. So that, my friends, is a run through the top 100. Again, a pretty wide variation of those teams. So having multiples on your side, like I showed at the beginning, is definitely going to help you as you go against the current meta here, and in particular out of the gate. It always gets refined later in the season, so something you can keep in mind. Certainly for me at the top 2,000, I did get up to the top 500. Certainly can be a little bit of a gate for me as a free-to-play player. You got to have some different strategies and moving things around in order to succeed and make it successful. All right, so let's go into some of our battles here. Let's go out of the gate. We'll hit this one up first and foremost. A couple things that I can do, again, is let's go ahead and run it with our White Lily team and give this one a shot versus our opponent's Frost team. We'll get off the fast forward. Now, one of the things that I do like out of the gate is that fast forward. You can quickly move up the ladders, zoom up the ladders, those kinds of things. So we got a top 1,500 player here. Now, again, this combination is what I'm banking on between White Lily on the additional healing for some survivability. Additionally, the piece between Elder Fairy and White Lily there for that survivability as well. And look at that. We're pretty even for now, at least in terms of where we're at. There we go. I got a massive punch through their defensive line and made it happen. That is a nice one for us there to start getting and beating a top 1,500 player. That is certainly going to help us move up, and there we did. So as you can see, those are some of the things that we need to think about, maneuver around. Let's get through this one quickly. There we go. Top 17. Now we got 3 more teams here. We'll pick out one of these. So this is the burnt cheese combination. Very heavy on some of the attack, but what you'll notice is the healer being Ice Yeti. We're going to go at this at a couple different ways, things that you could try a little bit differently here. I may stay on this team. They do have 600 over the top on us, which I suspect they're being able to do a lot of damage, put a lot of things out there. We could try for the turtle team. That might be the better strategy here for us for some of that survivability out of the gate, and to get around these different pieces. However, we're not necessarily going to be able to take out maybe some of their stuff on the attack side. So, and on top of that, that's 1,000,000 in terms of power level difference. I'm going to try this one. Again, we could go on our attack side. Our attack side is a little bit stronger than theirs. However, they would run that counter Yeti, which could potentially hurt us, slow us down. All things to think about. We're going to try our White Lily one here, but I wanted to talk through some of those options. Now, as I continue to roll through these things, a good thing that you can do is kind of take your own personal notes in terms of what works, what doesn't work, iterations, countering, all those things that makes and breaks your opponents, your teams, and how do you survive. So now we lost our key healer there. We really need to keep that damage up if we're going to try and recover. There we go, my friends. Down to the final 2 here. They still have their Yeti. And we got it. Very, very nice. Very, very happy about that. Again, now they aren't a ranked player higher than us. We did get some decent medals as always and a couple of trophies. So my friends, couple things. We're going to pull this all back together because we got a lot more to get through in terms of onwards and upwards and content here on the channel for you. So with that, that is our breakdown of the lovely June meta. We talked about some of the changes, updates, those things since the last one. Things for you to keep an eye on. Some really kind of, again, that multi-pronged strategy with those teams. I encourage you to check out our team comps. You can find that down below in the details. Or if you'd like to see some of the other Zoom stuff that I have, check that out in the membership section, as always. So with that, I just want to say I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you still got a question or comment, let me know. I love to hear from you as always, and would love to see you in our amazing community and Discord server, my friends. Lastly, thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we continue to grow this amazing community here. As always, thank you to all of our members. We do have memberships available to you. Like I said, we also have affiliate links and a swag and merch store that you can check out. All really nice ways to support the channel. So thank you so much, as always, for that. Don't forget our socials, at me, chat me. Stay connected, my friends. Would love to see you in the Discord server. Like I said, Kingdom Arena is always a topic of interest and lots of banter in the server. Lastly, my friends, best of luck here in Kingdom Arena Dawning World Season 3. Keep all those key tips and tricks in mind, some of those comp teams, and what you're going to face here with your June meta. With that, we'll see you again soon, and keep on running.